Micaiah Long, senior number 3 quarterback. Andrew Hyacinth, senior number 43 linebacker. And our defensive coordinator, Garrett Cross.
Open it up for questions.
Coach, what about Semelinger did you try to do? I mean, you were effective in stopping him from running. What was your game plan to stop him?
Just try to do what we've been doing all year, and that's get pressure on the quarterback. Obviously, it might not always result in a sack, but, as long as you get pressure on the quarterback, it has an effect on the throw, we thought we could affect them that way.
Coach, talk about how far this team's come. You lost 3 games in a row in non-district. Obviously, you got hot, and your kids just played tremendous football the rest of the way. Talk about the journey from getting to that point to today.
Well, I think that's what makes this so special is the journey itself. There's a lot of talk about a ring and a trophy and a state championship, and that really hasn't been our focus just because of the adversity that we've had through the course of the year. And, I couldn't write a better script for how this game ended, for the way this team has worked and prepared and improved and competed. And, without that early season adversity, I don't know that we have the grit in us to finish a game like that. And, that's the thing about it. And it wasn't always friendly, to be perfectly honest with you, even with the type of people that we were playing. But we stuck to the plan, and these kids, the senior leadership on this football team, I can't say enough about this football staff and the way they believed in the plan and kept these kids accountable. That's why you enjoy something like this.
What were you expecting Westlake to do on that last play?
We saw them run actually a trick play. Coach Cross mentioned it from that formation. So we were kind of expecting that. I was going to burn a timeout if we saw the motion that we were looking for. And, obviously Coach Dodge has been doing this a long time. And, I would never second guess anything. That kid's a great athlete and has a great play on the goal line. And we were just able to make the stop.
What about your defense, Coach? They've been sensational this postseason. Against a great team today. Just talk about the way they play.
They're unselfish. They're representative of this entire program and our community. And I think Andrew could speak to that. We talk all the time about you're not going to make every tackle, but you can make every play. And we've got kids that'll squeeze and spill. We've got kids that'll gap exchange. We've got kids that'll do their job if it means their teammate can make the play behind them. And, that's rare in today's age. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I've been coaching defense a long time. And I think that's the thing that's going to stand out about this group for us, until they put me in a box.
Andrew, what about that play? That was maybe the biggest play of the game, your fumble return. Just talk us through that play. Big smile there.
It was a blitz check, and I seen the quarterback go to the other side, read myself out the blitz. I just seen the ball on the ground. We always do scoop and score drill. Just scooping, score. Yes.
And he's still tired, I promise you.
Can I hear from the players just about the emotions you're feeling right now and what this means to you?
To be honest, it's like we're going to another game because we keep going to work every single day, every minute. Coach K always sets eyes down, sleeves up, and he'll tell us when to look up. And that's just we all have the same mindset. That's why we were able to play this way. There's no superstar on the team. All of us are equally good and help each other out in a good way.
Okay. Emotions you're feeling right now?
It's amazing feeling. I give credit to the whole team and our community for coming out so support. Our team never stopped. We kept fighting, kept grinding out.
Coach K, did you embrace the underdog role today? Did you kind of feel like that worked in your favor on some level?
Not really. I'd be lying to you if I didn't tell you I didn't hear it. But it's like I say all the time. If you look at the 4 teams that are playing for the 6A championship, these kids are underdogs in a lot more ways than one. And so that's again the kind of character and the kind of community that we have. And I promise you this, regardless of what the circumstances are, there might be a underdog on the outside, but these kids don't feel like underdogs, and this coaching staff never felt like an underdog. And, it's not arrogance, but there's a confidence just because of the way they prepare every day.
Coach, with 16 seconds left in regulation, they appeared to have time to take a shot at the end zone, but they didn't. They kicked the field goal. Did that surprise you?
No, not in that situation. It wasn't 4th down, so I've been in that position before where you get a bad snap or you get a bad hold, and leaving time on the clock gives you an opportunity to line back up and get another snap. If it was 4th down, yeah, but it's one of those situations. Again, you're in the heat of battle, and we're talking about a man who's done this many, many times, and so we schemed up that block. We were pretty close. earlier in the game on an extra point. So we felt confident if we could just get that extra push that we might have a shot at it. And, again, that just goes back to the preparation. Coach Gaston, our special teams coordinator, the thoroughness of his preparation and his film study and the way that he got that across to our kids. And, who would have thought that might be the difference in winning the state championship?
Has Zafir made plays like that this season? Like, can you think of some other big ones that really made a difference?
Zafir Murphy might be the most underrated player in the state of Texas, I'll be honest with you. Why there's not more traffic on him from the Division I schools is absolutely boggles my mind. He's as explosive a player as we have, and he's a competitor. And, like all of us, he's had his ups and downs, but his ability to battle through mixed with his just natural athleticism, he's the guy we want in that kind of situation.
Coach, how does it feel to bring a championship to the largest division since 2010 back to Houston?
That's special. There's no question about it, especially with the way the NFL scheduling went and the fact that we got to play it here at NRG, and then have a magical year like this coupled with that. These kids take pride in where they're from. And on the east side of Houston, we're not real sexy. We don't get a whole lot of the publicity in the petrochemical areas over there. But I'll promise you, they're proud of their neighborhood. They're proud of their community. And again, when's the last time somebody inside the Beltway has been able to do something like this? And I'm just so proud of them and the way they represent their school and their community.
Coach and Micaiah.
Can you now talk about just how this feels, and what it feels like for you to be a part of bringing the state championship back?
Like I said, it feels great. It's really an understandable feeling. But like I said, I give credit to my teammates, for keep pushing me and letting me know that everything's gonna be all right.
Coach and Micaiah, on that last drive before half, talk us through it first, Micaiah and Coach K. Were y'all calling a fake punt right there, and then forced them to call the timeout?
Yeah, we actually we're going to go with a fake punt again that Coach Gaston schemed up. They actually covered it. All right, their kids saw it and covered it, so we were going to shift back into our regular punt, but they called the timeout. Once they called the timeout, it gave us an opportunity to talk about it a little bit more, and that's what we decided to go for in there. And that's really hasn't been our personality all year. I'll be honest with you, we're a field position team, and my first instinct right there is to kick the ball and play defense. So, it was, again, the coaches coming together, nobody panicking, discussing the situation, came up with a great play, and, again, that took us down to the goal line. That was a scary situation on the goal line, I'll be perfectly honest with you. That was Coach Rogers' call, our offensive coordinator. But, if your quarterback is 255 pounds, he'll tell you 235. But if you have a 255-pound quarterback, and you're running that QB sneak, we don't have any timeouts, and so we're rolling the dice. There's no question about it. But we came here to throw, and we came down there. Again, my first instinct is take the points, kick the field goal. But it just seemed like the right situation. And Micaiah, again, with the guys in front of him, the push that they got and his ability to get in there. I can't tell you how proud I am of the way these guys at the end of the half function. Okay, this game, Dickinson game, we were in the same situation against Converse Judson at the end of the half with us running out and kicking the 46-yard field goal. We had a field goal situation against Euless Trinity. It's just testament to their character. There is no panic. And, that's something that doesn't always show up in the stat column. But, again, I think it speaks volumes about how these guys are wired.
When you scored that final touchdown in overtime, you came running off the field, your finger number one's in the air. Did you have a feeling at that point that was the one, that was it? Or were you thinking you have to do it again?
Yes, I did, because of our defense. I know we have a great defense. I knew we was going to be able to get a stop.
For the players, what is the, you say east side, describe what that means to you guys.
Well, you got to grind for what you want. Nothing's given to you. You got to earn everything, and take a lot of pride in that.
Coach, you won in 2003 as an assistant. Now you win as a head coach. What's the difference? What's the difference between those two teams? What's the difference between how you kind of process it?
Well, that 03 team was just so dominant all year long. You just look at the scores and everybody they had a mindset that they were athletically more dominant than everyone we played. We had a close one against Lamar in the regional finals that didn't end up looking close, but it was for those of us that were there and in the fight. And again, obviously that's the question that we get asked, the comparisons, and there isn't. These guys, it's just a different personality. It's a different set of circumstances. You know, that 03 team, as dominant as it was, didn't play the schedule that these kids played. And not to say they wouldn't have you know, still gone undefeated, because that was one of the best football teams in my mind ever in the state of Texas. But this has been that grind. It's not pretty. And again, I just for it to end the way that it ended today, it's such a representation of this season and this group.
Thank you guys.
Congratulations, Coach.